Okay. Alright. What do we need to do now? Okay, so we got into the woods. Honestly, I think this might be a good opportunity to just lower the knowledge slightly to make more room to get the wealth to go up. Or we could raise it slightly, who knows. The knights return with a beautiful lady. She's very young. Okay. The knights return with a beautiful lady. She's very young, with blonde hair and dark eyes, and she claims to be the alleged witch of the Hedgehog Woods. My name is Isadora. I have no supernatural powers. I just use my intellect to solve problems. Welcome me at court, and I will be at your service. Together, we will enter a new era of progress for arts and knowledge. Do we welcome Isadora, the alleged witch, at court? No one wants to welcome the witch. And I did say I wanted to, And how much power would it take for me to overrule this? It would be a lot, I think. It's just not worth it. I even said I wanted to reduce knowledge a bit. 4 power? I know, she might be important. She might do cool stuff. Maybe. Let's go for it. Thanks to her convincing words, Isadora is allowed to join the court. The scholars of the kingdom are happy to indulge their unfailing curiosity about her strange ways. Isadora seems very young, except for her dark eyes, which betray wisdom and experience beyond her age. She wears a mantle of black leaves, long enough to touch the ground. We assign her a small quarter in the palace, where she spends most of the time working in solitude. Over the following months, she feverishly writes books and essays whose meaning eludes most. She even builds weird contraptions claiming they will do wonders. Servants and scholars start to regularly ask for her help with several matters, but the most superstitious claim that she is only defiling the courts. We made some enemies with that one. Oh my goodness! Ah! I didn't realize she would make our stuff go up that much. Okay, we need to reduce some stuff immediately. Preferably, well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be knowledge, but, grotesque sculpture made from human bones is discovered. And we need something that'll reduce morale, ideally. Trying to think of, like, what would we get a good opportunity for? So the magic of genius. I could see... Let's go into the woods. That was kind of backwards, but okay. A grotesque sculpture made from human bones is discovered on the hunting reserve of the Marquis of Dualac, in front of an uninviting cave. Many think the impious artifact should be destroyed and the cave sealed forever, but the rector thinks that something precious may be hiding there. A group of knights, blessed by Tilde, the saint daughter of courage, are ready to explore the cave. To allow the knights to explore the cave. No one wants them to explore the cave, which is terrible because that's good for morale. Oh, it's a lose-lose! Either morale goes up and the king presumably dies, or the knowledge goes up and the king presumably dies. Or abdicates or what have you. I guess we might as well go nay and get some popularity points. Local villagers and priestesses in the grip of superstition disassemble the sculpture and bury all the bones so that the spirits of their former owners can go back to the mother's womb to be born once again. The entrance of the cave is then sealed with rocks and slacked lime to prevent anyone from exploring its depths. Well then, the king has abdicated. And as an opulent house, we did get a decent bit of prestige there. Unfortunately, wealth wasn't quite where we wanted it, but it's okay. It's alright. I need more money. I'd love to have more money. I think that would be great. Okay, so I can either be an opportunist or an extremist. I guess we'll be an extremist. Yeah. That sounds fun. Okay, what did we get? So, we finished. Did we finish both? I think so. Okay, anything we want to get. Build underground tunnels. Building underground tunnels will allow the movement of people and resources in and out of the castle in secrecy. Or we could import red cacti. Build a food pantry? That seems like something we would want to do. And that's about all we can do right now. Okay, I would really like to get some alliances going pretty soon. Tyrol, we could maybe. They're apparently my nemesis, but we've got good. Why do we have the best relationship with my nemesis? It makes no sense. Probably means I'm playing the game wrong. Alright, where are we going now? I think it makes sense to do something. We could. So what would be an extremist? So what, like knowledge all the way up, something else all the way down, and everything else doesn't really matter, actually. As an extremist. We get coins for every step between the highest and lowest. We get prestige and stuff if the maximum distance is reached. And obviously this is not really great in terms of rewards, but it should be pretty easy to achieve at least. I'm thinking knowledge all the way up, and then one of these two probably all the way down. Let's go for the Magic of Genius. Well, which way do you want to go? Coden. The Tribune reports that the calves in Coden are showing something. Let's start with knowledge. After months of feverish efforts, Isidora's discoveries and inventions are bringing a newfound prosperity to the kingdom, despite the perplexities of the superstitious. Now the witch is gravely ill, and asks for a rare and precious herb from the merchants of Kusuk. Do we retrieve the herb to cure the gravely ill Isidora? Okay, thank you. Thank goodness. Finally, these guys are on my side. This is perfect. When we give her the precious herb, Isidora goes to bed with an unnervingly large smile. Despite this, she never wakes up. Well, darn. It was not a medicine she wanted, but a sweeter, merciful end to an incurable disease. At least she provided us one last bit of knowledge. The real purpose of the rare herb. Isidora, you selfish witch! Eyes to the sky. We needed her. We needed more discoveries. Our scholars start studying Isidora's notes and scribbles and experimenting with her discoveries. Even though she has left us her work, she has left us, her work will be a precious testament to her genius, and her documents will be archived in the Royal Library in their entirety. Few can deny that all the negative things people said about her were utterly wrong. Her name is bound to inspire scholars for generations to come. Her latest discovery, a weird contraption called the Farscope, that promises to reveal secrets hidden very far away, is rapidly revolutionizing the way we look at the world. Okay. Let us continue. What now? Eyes to the sky, a castle's court. An entrepreneur named Laprom has decided to embark. If we can spend money, I'm all for it. An entrepreneur named Laprom has decided to embark on a daring endeavor, traveling through all the known lands. The king has already decided to support his cause, but Laprom will need a large, expensive workforce. As a cheap alternative, we could forcibly enlist the many prisoners in our dungeons, many of whom have experience as sailors. Do we force prisoners to join Laprom's journey? No, we don't, probably. I don't want to ruin my relationship with you, so I'll bribe you. And now, what do you know? Wait. Well, can I undo that? Okay, because I don't want to actually enlist the prisoners. What do you mean weak leadership? Hey! Do we force the prisoners to join Laprom's journey? No, we don't. We don't. We ultimately decide against the conscription. Many of the criminals were imprisoned for mutiny in the first place, and would not have been a valuable workforce anyway. This means that we will have to hire more expensive laborers, though. We might try to strike up an alliance with the Purple Hedgehog House. Can I do that now, actually? Purple Hedgehog House. Would you like an alliance? There we go. They love me. Every time you vote against your ally, one heart will break. When the last one breaks, the alliance will be undone, and the relationship will return to its default value. Be careful, every ally that is not part of the council will lose 2 hearts at the end of the reign. Okay. Eyes to the sky. A lot of these, like, don't do anything, as it turns out. Or at least they look like they don't. I would like, again, I want some more knowledge. The City of Tents. The desert merchants boast that the City of Tents was once, but we don't have the money, apparently. There's nothing we can do for knowledge right now, unfortunately. Well, maybe Eyes to the Sky will unlock something. Isadora is known to write her notes cryptically. She often proposes peculiar experiments to prove her discoveries. But our resources are limited, and the choice of a specific one excludes the other. Choose an experiment. Experiment A or experiment... What are they? Oh, I have to judge based off this. Okay, so experiment A. So they both have to do with magnetic rocks, I think. Magnetism. So magnetic water in a cup. Is B the invention of the compass? Because like magnet plus needle plus map? That to me seems like the invention of the compass. That could be quite useful. Whereas this, I don't really know what to make of it. Magnets? I assume that's magnets anyways. It looks like magnets. Plus water. Plus chalice? I don't know. I think experiment B seems more useful. Isadora discovered that some strange stones are attracted to each other and to certain metals. Our scholars begin rubbing a metallic needle on the rocks while looking at a map, perplexed. A firm direction. Our scholars discovered that treating a needle with specific kinds of metallic rocks makes it always point in the same direction. Using a contraption developed from this discovery, our ships can now orient themselves without geographic points of reference. The waypointer, as it is called, allows our merchants to reap enormous profits, and it might even change the image of the world as we know it. Oh yeah. Okay, we could do like another sort of thing. Well, is there anything for knowledge? I need knowledge. I need money to get knowledge. A firm direction. Cape Thunder. Or we could look at the golden map, the library. But let's start with Cape Thunder. We're obviously going to be going for knowledge in this one. Arcturus, an ambitious explorer from Cape Thunder. Arcturus, an ambitious explorer from Cape Thunder, foolishly believes that the world is round, not flat. He intends to indefinitely follow the waypointer to the west to prove he won't fall off the edge of the world. Do we fund Arcturum's ambitious journey? Yes, we do. You guys are actually on my side for once? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Get that money down. The ample resources needed for the expedition strain the kingdom's finances. Many are excited at the prospect of the discoveries. Arcturus might bring back from his journey, but we can't help but wonder if we just wasted a lot of resources that could have been better spent elsewhere. Fortune seekers. Jubilant people chant the name of the intrepid Arcturus and tell the story of his daring attempt at circumnavigating the world. Yet no one knows whether we will see him again. Oh my goodness, we need to raise something immediately. What will we raise? Good question. Knowledge would be decent. But I'm not sure we have knowledge immediately available. Castle's Court. The High Commander believes we should give an expensive... I would love something with just one thing. Okay. Observant defense. Burke, a soldier stationed at an outpost on the border with... Whatever this is, we have to raise it. Burke, a soldier stationed at an outpost on the border with Enkol, assaulted and violated a peasant named Allison upon his return to his hometown of Lovines, in the Duchy of Blodyen. His crime would deserve a harsh penalty, but he claims the isolation of the mountains drove him mad. He declares himself repentant and begs for mercy. Do we punish Burke, our guilty soldier? So what, he raped a woman? Yes, yeah. Glad to see we're all in agreement that rape is bad. So, yeah. Good job, guys. Burke is neutered with boiling oil and sent back to the frontier to ponder his actions. Allison's village rejoices that justice is done and no similar incidents are repeated. I'm glad I was in a position where I had to raise stats there and not lower them. That would have been an awkward thing to argue against. Okay. Well then. What now? And there's so many things. A diplomatic emissary. I still want more knowledge. But it's difficult to find knowledge in this day and age. Perhaps something at the castle's library will help us get knowledge. Our cartographers can't agree on how to interpret the golden map, presumably. Our cartographers can't agree on how to interpret the golden map. There are two possible paths. Which route should we take? So it seems we can either go through... the mountains, Or is that a chain of islands? And we're developing the compass, so I think the chain of islands makes more sense, honestly. The expedition will proceed on the chosen path. Oh, it's a swamp. That changes things a bit. The golden map leads our expedition to a perilous path through a wide swamp. The thick gray mud makes going forward a difficult and slow process. Every once in a while, the huge ruins of an ancient aqueduct, decorated with an effigy of the sun, rise from the stagnant waters, the vestiges of a lost civilization. Many explorers lose their lives falling into insidious quicksand, poisoned by colorful reptiles, paralyzed and consumed by carnivorous plants, or stung to death by swarms of insects. Some even break down and try to run away, only to be mercilessly executed by the leader of the expedition. Many wonder if the swamps will ever end. But albeit slowly, the expedition keeps going on. That eclipse is continuing apace. Okay, affirm direction, Royal Laboratory. I think that makes sense to do next. Could get us knowledge. Always love to see knowledge. Alright. Affirm direction at the Royal Laboratory. Thanks to the Waypointer's revolutionary direction-finding capabilities, our scouts are able to redraw the Royal Naval maps with unprecedented accuracy. The Merchants Guild would benefit if they were made public, but the High Commander thinks we could lose a strategic military advantage. We keep the Royal Naval maps as a military secret. So if we do, we lose knowledge. If we don't... I don't like either scenario. I think I am more confident in my ability to lose money than I am in gaining knowledge. So we will not keep them a military secret. And it's voting alongside my ally, which I like. Thanks to the more accurate data now available to everyone in the kingdom, the new maps allow us to calculate much shorter routes, bringing a great advantage to our traders. However, we lost the strategic military advantage we had when they were secrets. The new maps allow us to acquire a deeper knowledge of the territories surrounding our kingdom, bringing us advantages in many areas. Man, we are so knowledgeable, it's great. Scholars spend loads of time trying to understand Isidore. I wish I had coins. Let's look at affirm direction again. Scholars spend loads of time trying to understand Isidora's cryptic schemes. They show strange correlation between improbable materials, but resources are limited, and the choice of a specific experiment exclude the others. Choose an experiment. Okay, so we got something to do with fire. So we got fire plus mushrooms makes presumably some sort of maybe medicine or poison or something? Mushrooms. Fungus. I mean, there's no chance it could be penicillin, right? Penicillin is fungus-based, if I remember correctly. It's like a mold or something, I think. I'm not sure what heat would have to do with it. Or we could... I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here. So heat up some rock-looking things until they break open? Then you make a crystal? Let's go with experiment B. Following Isidora's cryptic instructions, our scholars melt the poisonous madcap mushrooms with an acid solution. When the resulting liquid is then warmed up by a flame, The Royal Laboratory is invaded by toxic fumes, killing many of the scholars who are working inside. The few surviving scholars, though, claim that the mother herself appeared to them, imploring them not to give up on the experiments. They soon discover that if inhaled in modest quantities, the intoxicating vapors induce mystical visions in those who breathe them. So we made LSD. Amazed that it succeeded in opening the hearts of the lay scholars to the mother, the substance is enthusiastically adopted by the cult. The priestesses charge their censers with this new holy mist and run their processions along the streets. So they're drugging the whole population now. I'm sure that won't have any negative side effects. Okay, we need more knowledge. Or at least less money. This is infuriating. Here, eyes to the sky, a castle's courtyard. The High Commander believes we should give an expensive... Let's do it. The High Commander believes we should give an expensive farscope to each battalion to increase their effectiveness. Do we supply each battalion with a farscope? I don't see a reason to not do it. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Look, I'm sorry, ally. You're disagreeing with it here, but you're wrong, okay? This makes logical sense. This is what we're doing. Casting the melted glass and the precise shapes required to manufacture the lenses of the farscope is not easy, nor cheap. Our battalions, on the other hand, never lost a battle when they had one at their disposal. Scouting supremacy. Thanks to the farscopes we entrusted to them, our battalions are much more mobile, thanks to their ability to perform reconnaissance and scout the enemy at an incredible distance. Alright. Good, we got our treasure all the way down. King's going to be potentially dying soon, and we still don't have our knowledge where we want it. Is there any way we can, like, cash in and get some coins, like, right now? If only. Anyway. So what do we got? I mean, Divine Oblivion, going down that would probably lead to something of use. Maybe. That's probably the best shot we got. Or we could forget knowledge and just work on getting morale up. They're at the same level. Yeah, let's do that. Why is I getting so tunnel focused? The Tribune reports that the calves in cotton are showing something. Let's do it. The Tribune reports that the calves in cotton are showing symptoms of a strange illness that is killing the cattle. Our scholars suggest that any herd with infected animals should be suppressed entirely to prevent the disease from spreading further. If we do, we risk famine across the region. Do we exterminate the tainted cattle? Let's see. If we do, we will lose some prosperity. If we don't, then they both go up. And we're voting with our ally. Let's do it. We exterminate the... Where we don't exterminate the tainted cattle. Despite the protests of our scholars, we can't allow the death of thousands for an excess... We can't allow the death of thousands for an excess of caution. We order that only the most blatantly ill cattle be killed. People rejoice for our wisdom and organize a great festival in honor of Rayla, the saint daughter of wellness. A few weeks later, though, the illness appears in Gammon, Aeontus, and Cran. The plague spreads. Unfortunately, more and more calves continue to contract the disease and die. Their corpses smell horribly, and their meat cannot be consumed. Well, that's, not great. Alright, King is still alive. Still kicking. Okay, one more morale thing. And we should be well on our way to where we need to be.